Bravo announced the cast for The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 15, I was really excited that they decided to keep everyone from Season 14 because I felt like they all did a pretty good job. And honestly now, when I really think about it, honestly, Bravo, I'm about to pull up on y'all because y'all ain't slick. Y'all got us so hype about these new looks.
I mean, Emmys, Oscars, CFDA awards. Every single award, give it to them.
That y'all really distracted us from the fact that y'all really fumbled the bag when y'all didn't bring Porsha back.
All right.
It's Justin Diego back with another Bingeworthy video, and today we have to really talk about how some Real Housewives of Atlanta fans are feeling like after the first 3 or 4 episodes of The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 15, it's really given that only Porsha Williams, Gubadia, can save Real Housewives of Atlanta at this point.
Stressed.
I really hate that we have to keep having these conversations about what Bravo should do to save RHOA, but yet, here we are.
So
I really can't help but feel like the drama of Porsha Williams actually coming back to The Real Housewives of Atlanta and planning her wedding out with just a select few of these girls would have been way better drama than this confusing little scuffle between Marlo and really herself, because clearly Kandi Burruss just don't really give a at this point. But yeah, I feel like Porsha's fun energy is definitely missing from the show, and the potential storylines would have been top tier. And while I know she finally addressed the Simon situation on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip,
his ex-wife, you met her on camera and y'all became friends.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
This is my husband, Simon, everyone.
And 2 minutes later, you and her husband was dating. The streets said you stole somebody's man.
and y'all, I was kind of shook because I didn't think that we would ever get the tea.
And I say, before I see you, I need you to email me your divorce papers.
You were being very thorough.
I had to be. I'm a public figure,
Absolutely.
and I don't want to represent that.
Yep.
And I actually was pretty surprised at how Porsha, with all things considered, was being pretty, like, she was a good sport about all of this, because I feel like old Porsha, not Porsha Gubadia, but Porsha Williams, would have been ready to beat a up. But like she said, when you're telling the truth and you're standing 10 toes down and telling the truth, that's gonna always trump any petty little rumor.
Porsha, girl, I like you. I want us to be good. I want us to be friends. But this is quite the contradiction from what the saints in the street have been saying.
It would still be nice to see Porsha face the Atlanta housewives like Kenya Moore, Marlo Hampton, and Kandi Burruss and see if it blows over just as easy. Also, right now, the dynamics of the group are quite interesting, as it seems like Kandi, Kenya, Manetta, and possibly Drew Sidora are all on one squad, while Sheree, Marlo, and Sanya have taken the newbie Courtney under their wing to form a messy supergroup this season. So I wonder what side Porsha Williams would have chosen to be on. And clearly, I'm not the only one wondering how different things would be if Porsha came back, since Bravo themselves even took a poll on Twitter asking fans if they want Porsha Williams to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Porsha, number one question for you. Would you ever come back to Housewives of Atlanta?
I knew that would be the number one question.
I said it's a pause.
You said a pause.
Yep.
Pause. You said a pause. That might be possible.
Good.
I say never.
Yes.
Giselle.
Yeah, Porsha is just one of those Atlanta cast members that just gets it. And I made a video a while back talking about why I think Bravo is clearly setting her up for a Real Housewives of Atlanta return. And fans were definitely on the same vibe. Talking about either Andy is playing in her face or she's coming back as the queen, exclamation point. And another fan chiming in saying, I think 1000% she will boost the ratings. She is now a Real Housewife. And I'm gonna be a little messy here. If Porsha comes back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she gotta be the highest paid girl, period. Her marital status is gonna bring in some high ratings. Before this one Housewives fan chimed in responding, I mean, if Taylor Armstrong can come back to the Real Housewives of Orange County from being on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, and Phaedra can be brought on to Married to Medicine, then they can bring back Porsha to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Before this one Porsha fan joined the chat saying, I definitely think that this is the beginning of Porsha's comeback and I'm here for it, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Majority of the girls on the past Ultimate Girls Trip seasons have been asked back to their respective franchises.
That's tea, actually.
And another fan really got me thinking, talking about low-key, they may have Porsha already set to do a comeback scene on The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15, like Kenya on season 12 and Nene on season 8.
The tea. What's today?
This is the tea for today. Oh.
Okay, so here's how I think it should go. In the season finale, Kanye should invite Kenya over for tea or something, and then Kenya should be like, girl, I'm not trying to be messy, but how was the wedding of the century? And then Candy be like, it was straight or whatever. The food was just all right. But anyways, girl, why you didn't come to the wedding? And then Kenya be like, I mean, she didn't invite me, but I feel like that's really unfortunate because I actually really like Porsha. Then y'all, they just get interrupted by the doorbell and guess who it is? It's Porsha busting in, twerking, and showing off her little ring or whatever. And then boom, roll the end credits.
Oh, you sound like you slow.
Anyways, comment right now and tell me what you guys think about all this. Do you think that it's about time Bravo sat down with Real Housewives of Atlanta producers to finally discuss bringing Porsha Williams back? Or do you think they need to just go ahead and give us an all-new cast like they did for the Real Housewives of New York?
You're not worried about that?
Thanks so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you want all the tea on why I think Bravo actually already started the process of bringing Porsha back, then be sure to check out that video after you finish this one. Anyways, thanks again for watching. I will see y'all husband snatchers that actually end up getting married to that said snatched husband on the next one. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Generous, got a big house, that's my preference. Sitting pretty at the top, Mount Everest. Yeah, bossy, dripping sauce. Cash spells like I'm separate.